I've literally been in an airport. We've been crossing paths in an airport. So I'm anxious to talk to her and get her out there. But so it's time for our Ask Andy segment, which is brought to you by Smoke on Wheels, Kansas City Bootleg Barbecue Sauce, which of course you can get at All Things Barbecue, atbbq.com. And don't forget, if you leave us a question on Facebook or email it directly to T-Bone, and we use that question on the air, you will get yourself a stunningly beautiful Barbecue Radio Network t-shirt when we use it on the air. So, T-Bone, what do you have for us?
Well, from Fred Niffler in Modesto, California. This is a great question. I like this. I don't know that it's ever really been addressed on the show. Andy!
Yes, sir.
Boxers or briefs? That's what he asked.
Wait,
boxers or briefs?
Quick.
Come on.
You can't think about it. Boxers or briefs?
I didn't know I was supposed to wear it.
All right.
Boxers
Okay.
or briefs?
And
Back to Fred's
Boxer
question.
briefs. How about that?
I've
That
just
is
made the move to an offset cooker.
Yes.
Oklahoma Joe's. After years of gas grilling, I am concerned about the vents. Is there a system for getting this down or just trial and error?
Concerned about the vents. So,
He wants to know how to operate the
Sure,
vents.
I mean,
which
most
one's
gas-
in, which one's out?
and most gas grills don't have any vents per se because they are constantly venting exhaust.
Right.
And the only real air control is on the burner itself, so that you get a nice that little valve, butterfly valve on the burner. But if you think about that as a gas grill item and you're trying to control and get the best flame you can, that's all the vents are doing in your charcoal grill or your smoker or offset as well, is providing air to the fuel so that you get a nice clean burn. So just like that butterfly valve on the gas grill on that burner head, that's allowing the right amount of air to mix with the fuel and burn properly. That's the same thing that's happening inside your offset. When you open those vents up, it allows more air into the wood, into the firebox, which is going to allow the wood to burn either faster or cleaner, or both, depending on the setup. I mean, what's your thoughts, Todd?
Well, yeah, I mean, in order to have fire, you have to have oxygen, you have to have fuel. And so the way my offset works is open it wide open on the stack and control it from the firebox. And so I usually start to get everything nice and hot, open it all the way up, maybe even open the door if that's possible, let it get nice and hot, and then start to bring the vents in, start to bring, the air.
Yeah, get all the metal hot first, get everything going, and then bring it back.
And then bring it back down and let it settle in. So, when you're working with live fuel like that and it's not forced air, you have to, give it a nice period to warm up and settle in.
Well, and you brought up a good point that we need to expound on a little bit, which is you mentioned the stack. And so there is another vent. Again, on a gas grill, you don't have a stack. You've just got typically, feathered openings at the back of the lid or vent holes on the side that are letting that air out. In an offset, you are drawing air through the cooker and through the body of the cooker, and that stack is helping create that draw. So you start with it wide open because you want as much draw as possible to help get that fire going and get all the metal hot. If you were to shut that vent on the stack, you're slowing the air down, leaving the pit. And what that does is create a hot spot, typically where that air would be leaving. So, for example, on mine, and I've got a Yoder, that thing has a stack that is up towards the top of the barrel. So my second shelf becomes a nice little microwave because the air sits there and spins as it waits to get out if I close that stack at all. So if I want some browning or if I need some additional heat to help finish something quickly, like chicken for a contest, or if I'm trying to get color on a slab of ribs, I might close my stack vent, a quarter or even a third of the way, and that's going to slow that air down leaving and allow me to keep some heat in that end of the cooker and create some color.
You bet. Air movement is so important in a smoker to get that stuff moving forward.
You never really want to shut those vents completely off, do you?
When you're ready to shut down, but yeah. You
I
never
mean,
wanna
yeah,
shut-
unless
you never want to shut them down
unless you
need
want to
some air
shut the
movement.
fire down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, well, and it depends on the cooker. There are some inexpensive offsets out there that the doors don't seal very well on, and so they'll run away on they'll run away on their own if you leave the vents open. So
It's
you
going to
actually
vent anyway.
yeah, you
It's
actually
a permanent vent on a trashy smoker.
Yeah, I've had some where we just had to keep the door shut, keep all the vents shut on the firebox side, and it still drew enough air.
Yeah, it was leaky enough that it was finding air wherever it could find it.
Yeah, so it's going to depend on your cooker, but in general, you want to leave the exit stack open unless you're shutting it to do something specific like create a hot spot, because you want that air to draw through the pit. And on the firebox side, you're going to control that based on the size of your fire, the amount of fuel you put in, and then how much air you want to get to it. If you want to cook hot and fast, you may leave it open halfway or all the way. If you're trying to do a low and slow overnight cook and you've got a firebox full of charcoal that you don't want to burn out immediately, you may leave it just open a hair. So it really depends on what you're doing. But yes, the vents will run everything. Luckily, it's easy. It's air and fuel, just like what you used on your gas grill. So you'll be fine.
It would seem to me for a new guy, this is something to take notes on so that you get a good handle on how fast you're going through your charcoal and things like
You
that.
bet. And if you're cooking on a ceramic like a Big Green Egg or a Kamado Joe, it does not take a lot of opening at that inlet for that fire to sustain. So you really have to know what you're cooking on no matter what, and just learn it. And the best way to do that is to keep cooking.
Yeah, cooking is really the key. And moving from gas to a wood-fired offset, you're going to have a lot of fun learning that pit. So, appreciate the question. And
I was expecting an evil laugh there.
No, it's a great journey to learn that pit. Well, thank you, Fred, for your question. We're going to get a shirt out to you in Modesto. We'll get that headed your way. And next segment, we are going to be talking with Sunny Moody, world steak champion and barbecue brawl star. She's a personal trainer and nutrition coach. We're going to dig into some award-winning flavors and techniques coming up. It's Sunny Moody right here on Barbecue Radio Network.
Love is in the air, except this love smells like another one of your award-winning steaks that you're grilling on your new Holstein grill. At Holstein Manufacturing, we know that love comes in all shapes and sizes, and that's why we have all kinds of different grills and cookers to choose from. Get ready to fall in love. Go to our website at HolsteinMFG.com. We build a grill, Holstein Manufacturing. Holstein Manufacturing, we build a grill.
Remember the time you almost volunteered to work in a soup kitchen? Or when you almost visited the Veterans Hospital? Or when you almost brought dinner to your neighbor with AIDS? Remember all the times you almost helped, almost gave? Well, it's only human, this almost giving. But the truth is, it's the same as not giving at all. Don't almost give, give. Visit our website at don'talmostgive.org. A message from the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Attention high school juniors, explore your career paths at Barton Community College's Junior Day on February 14th. This fun and free day features an on-campus tour, giveaways, yard games, pizza, and did we mention $3,000 in scholarships will be up for grabs. Learn about a variety of career paths, some of which can get you into the workforce and making money in just one semester. Sign up online now through February 1st at juniorday.bartonccc.edu.
The 49th Annual Better Home and Living Show is almost here, and it's filling up quick. This is a two-day show, March 16th from 10 to 6 and March 17th from noon to 5 at the Finney County Fairgrounds in Garden City. This show welcomes all vendors who need mass exposure for their products. Booth investment includes table, chairs, electricity, and Wi-Fi if needed. The show attracts 3,000 to 4,000 people, so reserve your booth today. It's the 49th Annual Better Home and Living Show. Contact your sales rep or call Jelaine at 620-640-7240.
Jewelry repair, maintenance, and custom crafting of jewelry pieces is at the forefront of our mission at Diamond Art Jewelry. Hi, I'm the owner, Dustin Rhodes, and I like to correlate jewelry maintenance to vehicle maintenance. When your car is new, an oil change and occasional wash are about all you need. But as your vehicle gets older, it often needs a tune-up and alignment to keep it running smoothly. It's the same for jewelry. A light polish and steam will get newer jewelry back to glowing. But as it gets a little older, it might need a little more care. And that's where we come in. Our bench jeweler has over 30 years of experience and will ensure your prized possession looks and wears like new. At Diamond Art Jewelry, we use the best equipment, skilled local craftsmanship, and quality materials with an average 2-day turnaround on repair work. And just like my 94 F-150, bringing those pieces passed down through generations back to life might be the most satisfying part of our jobs. Trust my staff at Diamond Art Jewelry for your next tune-up or alignment, and let's get that jewelry noticed again. Diamond Art Jewelry, online at diamondkansas.com or stop by 807 Main Street in beautiful downtown Hayes.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmerrancher to learn more.
It's your post-rock radio local community calendar. This is what's happening in your town.
It's Military and First Responders Night Out in Great Bend. This event is every fourth Friday of the month and provides child care for military and first responders so that you can have a night out on the town without the worry of finding a sitter. This is a free for all military and first responders, available for children ages 6 to 10 years old. Snacks, games, and activities will be provided. You must pre-register. Just shoot an email to dropping22ks@gmail.com. Hey, it's Nikki here from the Midday Show. Join me every Wednesday during the 1 o'clock hour for your chance to win a free cup of coffee from our friends at Scooters and Hayes. It's the Midday Show's midweek pick-me-up from Scooters and Hayes, right here on KISS 104.7.
Winning Barbecue Radio Network. I'm Andy G, along with our executive producer T-Bone and my co-host Plowboy's own Todd Johns. And we've got a returning guest this week. She is out there burning up the pavement, and I'm not going to lie, the last 2 times that I've seen her, we were at an airport or on the way to the airport. So she is a maven in the competitive barbecue world. She's a world steak champion. You've seen her on Food Network's Barbecue Brawl. Welcome to the show, Sunny Moody.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
Well, last time you were on, we were talking about all things steak, but if we could this time, I want to talk a little bit about your story and kind of what got you to this point and how you're tying barbecue into the healthy lifestyle and really just kind of take people and give them that information and perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey actually started back in 2017 when I went through a major medical diagnosis. I got a brain and spinal malformation diagnosis, and they talked about brain surgery. And then I was also diagnosed with MS as well. And so I decided that I needed to fight for my life and for my 4 girls. And I was 80 pounds overweight at the time. And so I turned to fitness and nutrition. But along the same path, I needed something to take my mind off of all the craziness that was going on with doctor's appointments, with the stress of having the medical diagnosis, possible surgery, everything that was happening. And turned to barbecue. I fell in love with live fire cooking and just loved having a huge reverse flow smoker and being able to tend the fire and just sit with those longer cooks of brisket and pork butt and just learn how, like, the flavors of the woods, infuse different flavors and seasonings and rubs, and how to properly care for the meat. And it just became a passion for me, and I started winning in barbecue, and it's kind of gone from there. But along that journey, I did hire a personal trainer. I did start on my own, and then I ended up hiring a personal trainer to learn more because I had stalled. And she helped me do a fitness competition. That was not my goal, but my body started transforming really fast because my mindset was in the right place. It was a matter of overcoming any issues. I was doing it to save my life, not to just get fit. I needed to know how to make this work for the rest of my life. And so she encouraged me to do the fitness competition, and then I became a personal trainer and nutrition coach. But along the way, I wasn't going to give up barbecue competitions as I was training for this fitness competition.
You've already been certified as a trainer and a nutrition coach. So now you're able to, so you had that going into, how do I take this thing that I love, barbecue, that I'm learning about, and bring them together?
Yeah, exactly. So that's been the hardest thing for me, because I got certified in that back in 2018, and people are like, fitness and barbecue don't go together. And I'm like, how do I make this work? Do I just take on personal training and nutrition clients, or I'd have people that wanted me to teach them barbecue, and I'm like, but the worlds can collide. And so I do have I rebranded. It's called Live Life Elevated. And basically it's going to focus on mindset, fitness, nutrition, and live fire cooking or grilling. Because anything that you do in life, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, whether it's focusing on family, or anything that you're interested in starting, you have to have the right mindset. You have the motivation usually to just start something, but you don't always have the motivation to keep it going. So until you can get that right mindset and make it a discipline that's in your life, and you just become disciplined because you've done it so long and not made excuses that hold you back, that is when your mindset takes over and you can achieve anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
passion isn't enough. People, we all have passion about a lot of things. Passion for barbecue, passion for, whatever. And it's the mindset that makes you successful, not just having passion, not just being excited about something.
Yeah, because there's going to be failures. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be things you feel like you aren't strong enough in, that you don't know enough of. Fear of judgment. So there's a lot of things that you have to overcome, but still not let them hold you back from your passion and achieving those dreams that you have.
And it's interesting because you talk about how, some people go, man, those two worlds don't collide, and there's a little bit of, trepidation or trash talk about it. But, like even Myron Mixon has come out with barbecue keto and really trying to take some of his recipes and tweak them and talk about how the keto diet has helped him in his health.
Yeah,
right?
It helped me a ton. I lost 165 pounds of body fat, and it was 5 years ago. I went to my doctor and I said, before you say it, I'll say it. I need to lose some weight. And he was like, you should do this keto thing. You're surrounded by barbecue every day in your restaurant. And it's just, I agree with you, Sonny. It's just how you kind of look at it. And if you have a plan and you have a mindset, like, it's been awesome for me.
Yeah, exactly. There's no quick fix, and I don't want anybody to ever think that. And so what I want to train people on is the mindset. The mindset's got to be the first thing that happens, and then I can teach you the fitness and nutrition and the live fire cooking. A lot of women are scared of live fire cooking or even a pellet smoker. So to be able to get people to step out of their comfort zone, try something new, and try new things with food to create amazing food that's flavorful and healthy is amazing. It'll transform your life right there.
And you want to talk about mindset and driving things to become routine. Once cooking has always been a conduit for that for me, because I get enjoyment and excitement out of doing it. So if I can do it in a healthy way, have recipes that are going to be, I can be out on the grill doing what I love doing and trying new things and getting new flavors, it's going to drive the continuance of that over time. It's going to keep me doing it.
Yes, and a lot of people think, to get healthy, you either have to do the keto or you have to do chicken, rice, and broccoli. And you're like, I'm not just going to eat that. Like, I told my trainer, I was like, this is not going to work if I have to do that.
I was going to say, I ate a lot of chicken. So I'm looking forward to seeing the website and some of the videos and things that are coming out.
Yeah, I need some new meal plans. I'm looking forward to this.
That's right.
Yeah, I absolutely do. So when we think about that, what's the timeline to start to see some of those elements crop up?
This fall. So it's actually going to be pushed out on a whole bunch of different platforms. I am in the works of creating some cookbooks and YouTube channel, as well as it'll come out on social media too. I'm going to be teaching classes and then also special retreats that people can sign up for to spend an entire immersive weekend at a private location. It'll be small groups going through the entire weekend of mindset training, fitness training, nutrition training, and live fire cooking. And so they will get all of those things in just a weekend retreat, and then they'll have like private access to ask questions and other things. So
that's awesome.
There's going to be a lot. Yeah.
So, of course, we are talking with Sunny Moody. You can follow all of her content on social media. If you're on Instagram, it's at SunnyLynn_GrilledFit. TikTok is at GrilledFit. And it's simply Sunny Lynn on Facebook. When we get back, we're going to be picking her brain on grilling and getting some nutritious recipes and tips right here on Barbecue Radio Network.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Rev up your passion for the open road with Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service, where every ride is an adventure and every bike tells a story. Why choose Good Times for your next ride? We're not just about bikes. We're about making your Harley-Davidson dreams a reality. When it comes to service, we go the extra mile. Our full service shop is staffed with expert technicians who understand your Harley inside and out. Quality service is our promise. Enhance your ride with our extensive collection of parts and accessories. Personalize your Harley to make it uniquely yours, because at Good Times, we celebrate individuality. At Good Times, we're not just selling motorcycles. We're crafting experiences. Meet my wife, Dina, and myself, BJ, your Harley-Davidson enthusiast and the heart behind this family-owned gym. Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service is not just a dealership. It's a family tradition. Join the Rupp family, where every member is a rider and every smile is earned on 2 wheels. Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service, 1007 Vine Street in Hayes. Come be a part of the family at Good Times. Your adventure starts here.
Winter heating bills constrain family budgets. The Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or LEAP, helps eligible households pay part of their home energy costs with a one-time per year benefit. Midwest Energy and Kansas DCF are hosting LEAP sign-up events Tuesday, January 30th in Hayes from 10 to 2 at the Hayes Public Library, and in Colby on Wednesday, January 31st from 10 to 2 at the Colby Event Center. Lunch will be served, and you can sign up on site for LEAP. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
The 49th annual Better Home and Living Show is almost here, and it's filling up quick. This is a two-day show, March 16th from 10 to 6 and March 17th from noon to 5 at the Finney County Fairgrounds in Garden City. This show welcomes all vendors who need mass exposure for their products. Booth investment includes table, chairs, electricity, and Wi-Fi if needed. The show attracts 3,000 to 4,000 people, so reserve your booth today. It's the 49th annual Better Home and Living Show. Contact your sales rep or call Jelaine at 620-640-7240.
Jewelry repair, maintenance, and custom crafting of jewelry pieces is at the forefront of our mission at Diamond Art Jewelry. Hi, I'm the owner, Dustin Rhodes, and I like to correlate jewelry maintenance to vehicle maintenance. When your car is new, an oil change and occasional wash are about all you need. But as your vehicle gets older, it often needs a tune-up and alignment to keep it running smoothly. It's the same for jewelry. A light polish and steam will get newer jewelry back to glowing, but as it gets a little older, it might need a little more care. And that's where we come in. Our bench jeweler has over 30 years of experience and will ensure your prized possession looks and wears like new. At Diamond Art Jewelry, we use the best equipment, skilled local craftsmanship, and quality materials with an average 2-day turnaround on repair work. And just like my 94 F-150, bringing those pieces passed down through generations back to life might be the most satisfying part of our jobs. Trust my staff at Diamond Art Jewelry for your next tune-up or alignment, and let's get that jewelry noticed again. Diamond Art Jewelry, online at diamondkansas.com or stop by 807 Main Street in beautiful downtown Hayes.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmer-rancher to learn more.
Barbecue Radio Network with my co-host, Plowboys owner Todd Johns, and executive producer T-Bone. I'm Andy G, and we are back talking with Sonny Moody, barbecue champion, instructor, TV personality, amazing person in general, and we're talking about her new venture, Live Life Elevated. And I really want to jump now and get right into how we translate that into barbecuing and grilling, nutrition at the pit. Like, let's go there. What do you think?
Let's go there. I mean, it's awesome. So Susie Bullock from Hey Girl Hey actually had me out to film some classes with her. So you can find them on her website. But I teach
awesome.
you.
She's a lot of
yeah,
fun.
she's great. So I teach you how to meal prep 5 meals on the grill. Complete meals, sides, everything, proteins, all on the grill. And it only takes like a couple hours to do all of that for your week. Meal prep can save you a ton of time anytime you're trying to make a change or make a healthy lifestyle. And it saves you on money. Plus, if you're firing up your grill, you might as well use all the space on it.
Yeah, and honestly, this time of year, we're heading into summer. It's going to be hot out. You want to do all that cooking outdoors anyway. You don't want to heat the house while you're running your AC. So get outside and do your meal prep.
Yeah, exactly. Do all of your grilling. I mean, we have 4th of July coming up, so let's chat some recipes. That would be awesome.
Yes.
What do you guys like to cook for 4th of July?
Whatever Andy's making, I go to Andy's house for 4th of July.
So this year, let's give him some healthy options.
So full disclosure, I just recently moved, but we lived on a little private lake. And so we'd have a fireworks display at the lake, so you could just float around the lake. And
Andy's really bougie like that, and private lakes and
grill.
all.
And no, it's like the white trash lake. Like we just float. We're not a big enough lake that you can allow motorboats on. It's only like canoes and floaties. So we would just float around in diapers and hang out on the 4th. So food was always, we were usually trying to do ribs or steaks or something. I'd try and do some big format steak that you could slice for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
perfect. You tell me, what do we need to be doing? Especially if we're trying to inject some nutrition and not just like, I'd also do a bunch of pork belly bites and stuff like that that's super fatty and covered in sauce.
A lot of sausages.
Yeah.
Right, a lot of.
So
yeah.
how do we up that game and make it healthy?
So you can actually do some stuffed burgers. I recommend using harder cheeses just because harder cheeses are healthier for you. And then also adding in some jalapenos, some peppers, just for a little bit of flavor. You'll get the saltiness, you get a little bit of heat, but burgers aren't bad for you. You can ground up sirloin. Sirloin's great. It's an excellent lean protein, surprisingly, but it's still got flavor. I love tri-tip.
I was going to say, what's your take on sirloin versus, because I've seen turkey burger and some other options for the ground meat, but sirloin for me is a great one to use because it is lean and it is still super packed with protein. But what's your take on like turkey and some of the other options that are out there?
I love them. They're a little bit harder to grill just because turkey can be so wet. So you have to add things to it so that it will stay together, and you have to add a lot of seasoning because it can be super, super bland. But it's a very, very lean, healthy option. Just you have to be able to season and flavor it right to be able to pull it off. I would prefer to go like sirloin or tri-tip. Tri-tip is probably my number one favorite. It's actually a lean cut, and if cooked properly, I mean, it really isn't hard. Treat it like a steak, okay? So do a reverse sear on it and take it to 125. It's going to come out beautifully, and it's a larger cut, so you can use it for a lot of different options, whether you want to do tacos or nachos or, just steak and potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Now, here's another fun fact. Brussels sprouts don't actually have to taste awful. You can season them and flavor them to where they don't have that bitter, earthy taste. I like to add, I'll grill them in a cast iron skillet. So I'll throw them on the grill in a cast iron skillet with bacon and with feta cheese, fresh raspberries, walnuts, and some raspberries and a little bit of chipotle. So you're pulling out the heat, and then just salt and pepper, and they come out fabulous.
Raspberry sounds like a great little acidic.
That sounds awesome.
Top.
Yeah,
I think
you need the raspberries and the chipotle so that you can bring a little bit of heat and a little bit of sweet.
Yeah. Another protein that really gets overlooked is pork tenderloin. It is really easy to cook, and it is actually leaner than chicken breast. There's less saturated fat in a pork tenderloin than chicken, and folks just wouldn't believe that. But
I have trouble believing.
I know,
the tenderloin, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A tenderloin, and you can actually. Here's another recipe
Google
that you can try.
Andy. Just Google it.
It's true. It's true. Tenderloins are out of any cut of animal, tenderloins are actually very lean. But the pork tenderloin you can actually slice and then put some stuffed jalapenos in it, stuff them with goat cheese, and then actually some raspberries again, because I like to add that in there. Wrap it tight and then grill it, and then top it with like a balsamic drizzle. Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. So that's another healthy recipe for you.
And you had mentioned tri-tip. Have you done anything with sirloin cap, or it's culotte or picanha? That it's all the same.
Yes, yeah. So that's actually how I won my second world championship. Was with picanha.
Now, you guys see how she threw that out there all nonchalantly? My second world championship I won with.
Yeah, so that one was actually a full-on live fire cook. I could do whatever I wanted, but I had 90 minutes to prepare everything over a live fire. So I had a huge Santa Maria grill, and I did picanha over on swords, and then I did pão de queijo, which is Brazilian cheese bread, on the live fire grill, as well as a fresh corn salad. And there was something else. I don't remember what it was.
Will you come to Andy's house for 4th of July this year? Would you please come to Andy's house? Because I'm going to be there and I want to eat all of this.
Hey, and everything was healthy because even like the corn salad, instead of using like mayonnaise, I threw in Greek yogurt, and then you add in some seasonings and you add in peppers and tomatoes, and you create like this flavorful dish that brings in, you always want to use the 5 elements of like, you want to have the sweet, the salty, the heat. You want to get all of the different elements to create a pop in your mouth, making you want to come back for more, the umami. So, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
awesome.
It's fun to play with food and fire.
I am so, you've got me so excited for this new thing that you're coming out with. Like, this is really cool. I'm excited. I need some new recipes.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So we hit on the meal planning, but do you have any tips for people on what to include in like a simple meal plan to get that first week under their belt?
Yeah, so let's even break it down farther than that. Let's go to a plate. Like if you're looking and you want to build just a healthy plate and you're not looking to go to an extreme of like keto, or, you just want to take the first step. Let's look at a healthy plate. So I want you to look down at your hand. Your protein, everybody's hand is different, but it's the size based on your body. So when you open your palm, the palm of your hand is the size of protein that you should have on your plate. Now your fist, if you make a fist, you should have a handful or your whole size of fist in vegetables. And then if you look at your knuckles and you can see all 4 knuckles, that's the amount of starch that you should have on your plate. And then if you look at your thumb, that's the amount of fat you should have on your plate. So whether that's butter or salad dressing or avocado, that's how you should basically build a healthy plate.
Awesome.
If you're looking to make a healthy change quickly.
Well, cool. Well, thank you so much, Sunny. And don't forget, follow Sunny on all the social media outlets and be on the lookout for the new website for Live Life Elevated. It's right around the bend. And on Instagram, just look for her at @SunnyLynn_GrilledFit. And on TikTok @GrilledFit, and simply Sunny Lynn on Facebook. Coming up, we're going to be talking with Todd about some options for grilled fruit right here on Barbecue Radio Network.
Around barbecue or the backyard lifestyle, consider advertising with us. Contact us at bbqradionetwork.com.
We build a grill, Holstein Manufacturing. You have a better recipe for when you grill. Better ingredients, better cuts of meat, and because you're using a grill from Holstein Manufacturing, well, a better grill. You take grilling seriously, and at Holstein Manufacturing, we make a serious grill. Find your new grill now at HolsteinMFG.com. We build a grill, Holstein Manufacturing. Holstein Manufacturing, we build a grill.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth. Step out of the car, please. I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Electric space heaters can be a great way to keep warm during the winter when used safely. Plug space heaters directly into a wall outlet, never into an extension cord or power strip. Only use space heaters in occupied rooms and always ensure there's a working smoke detector. Keep space heaters 3 feet away from drapes, furniture, and other flammable materials. A safety message from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
Rev up your passion for the open road with Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service, where every ride is an adventure and every bike tells a story. Why choose Good Times for your next ride? We're not just about bikes. We're about making your Harley-Davidson dreams a reality. When it comes to service, we go the extra mile. Our full service shop is staffed with expert technicians who understand your Harley inside and out. Quality service is our promise. Enhance your ride with our extensive collection of parts and accessories. Personalize your Harley to make it uniquely yours, because at Good Times, we celebrate individuality. At Good Times, we're not just selling motorcycles. We're crafting experiences. Meet my wife, Dina, and myself, BJ, your Harley-Davidson enthusiast and the heart behind this family-owned gym. Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service is not just a dealership. It's a family tradition. Join the Rupp family, where every member is a rider and every smile is earned on two wheels. Good Times Motorcycle Sales and Service, 1007 Vine Street in Hayes. Come be a part of the family at Good Times. Your adventure starts here.
Jewelry repair, maintenance, and custom crafting of jewelry pieces is at the forefront of our mission at Diamond Art Jewelry. Hi, I'm the owner, Dustin Rhodes, and I like to correlate jewelry maintenance to vehicle maintenance. When your car is new, an oil change and occasional wash are about all you need. But as your vehicle gets older, it often needs a tune-up and alignment to keep it running smoothly. It's the same for jewelry. A light polish and steam will get newer jewelry back to glowing. But as it gets a little older, it might need a little more care. And that's where we come in. Our bench jeweler has over 30 years of experience and will ensure your prized possession looks and wears like new. At Diamond Art Jewelry, we use the best equipment, skilled local craftsmanship, and quality materials with an average 2-day turnaround on repair work. And just like my 94 F-150, bringing those pieces passed down through generations back to life might be the most satisfying part of our jobs. Trust my staff at Diamond Art Jewelry for your next tune-up or alignment, and let's get that jewelry noticed again. Diamond Art Jewelry, online at diamondkansas.com or stop by 807 Main Street in beautiful downtown Hayes.
The 49th annual Better Home and Living Show is almost here, and it's filling up quick. This is a 2-day show, March 16th from 10 to 6 and March 17th from noon to 5 at the Finney County Fairgrounds in Garden City. This show welcomes all vendors who need mass exposure for their products. Booth investment includes table, chairs, electricity, and Wi-Fi if needed. The show attracts 3,000 to 4,000 people, so reserve your booth today. It's the 49th annual Better Home and Living Show. Contact your sales rep or call Jelaine at 620-640-7240.
It's your post-rock radio local community calendar. This is what's happening in your town.
It's the Russell Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards Banquet. This is a time when the community comes together and shares a tasty meal celebrating the successes, challenges, and growth brought by 2023. This year's banquet will be held at the Fossil Creek Hotel on Monday, January 29th. Social hour will begin at 6 p.m. and dinner and the program will begin at 7. For more information or for tickets, you can call 785-483-6960. With your community calendar, I'm Nicole Howard.
It's the most exciting sport in America, and it's on every Sunday.
It's NFL Championship Sunday this weekend. First at 2, the Kansas City Chiefs head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Then at 5:30, it's the 49ers and the Lions. It all starts at 1:30 Sunday, right here on your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 58.
Back to Todd and Andy here on Barbecue Radio Network. This segment is brought to you by Holstein Manufacturing. Check them out at HolsteinMFG.com. They have NSF certified cookers and grills, and of course, my favorite, the corn roasters. And don't forget their mobile event and catering rigs as well. Check them out at HolsteinMFG.com. And we would like to welcome our new affiliate, radio station WSCW in West Virginia, broadcasting the Barbecue Radio Network every Saturday at 1 p.m. in Charleston, West Virginia on 1410 a.m. and 102.3 FM. So that's awesome. Love hearing it every time we get a new affiliate. Thank you, T-Bone, for bringing on more listeners.
The capital of West Virginia.
And I know they can grill and barbecue over there too in West Virginia. So
heck yeah. So, you know, we just had Sunny on, and
was that great or what?
She has so much. She's got so much energy and focus to try and get things done and out there.
Yeah, she's an amazing cook, world champion cook. She's, you know, just an inspirational person. It's always fun to run into her.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what comes next on that. And you know, I'm going to go home and do some Brussels sprouts now. But
I'm getting her cookbook as soon as it comes out. I know that.
Yeah. Well, it's time for our All Things Barbecue Product Spotlight, and their website is www.atbbq.com. All Things Barbecue has all the tools and accessories you need to take your barbecue to the next level. So get your pit fired up and get the supplies to do it all at All Things Barbecue, atbbq.com. So Todd, you got a product for us today?
I actually have a few products for you today, Andy. So I feel like in barbecue, sauce doesn't get enough credit. Like everyone wants to say, well, good barbecue doesn't need to be covered in sauce. Look, I don't mind that, and I don't necessarily think that's
about the meat.
That's the wrong thing, but sauce is a part of barbecue, and it's a condiment. It's a part of the experience. And if that's what the chef intended, as we like to say in competition barbecue, then, give it a try. So with 4th of July coming up, a lot of bratwurst, a lot of sausages being done, my mind instantly goes to mustard sauces.
Absolutely.
And I really like a mustard sauce. It's, not very, you don't see a lot of them, and they don't really fly off the shelves, but I like a good mustard sauce. So there's 3 of them that are my favorites that I want to highlight. And you can get all 3 of them at All Things Barbecue. The first one is Blues Hog Honey Mustard. And Bill Arnold he's going to be in the Barbecue Hall of Fame at the American Royal this year, finally.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, Bill just set the stage for competition sauces and flavors. He was...
And that mustard sauce of the Blues Hog line is amazing.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I even considered, because I'd had some that I didn't like. They were too vinegary, not quite balanced right. That thing was amazing. That's what let me try other ones and kind of delve into that a little bit.
Yeah, and I've made mustard sauces and have tried to make mustard sauces, and they're very challenging. They are deceptively challenging. So Blues Hog Honey Mustard, love that one. Meet Mitch here in Kansas City, Kansas, on the Kansas side of Kansas City, is Yellow Brick Road, which, number one, I am so jealous that they took that name, because that's a great name for a mustard sauce for a Kansas cook. But, his Yellow Brick Road won mustard at the American Royal, NBBQA this year. He won a bunch of awards for that. It is a great mustard sauce. I don't know if you've had it or not.
No, I haven't. So I'm gonna have to definitely try it. I've been over to the restaurant and had his other sauces, his other food, but I have not tried his mustard.
Try the Yellow Brick Road from Meet Mitch. And my absolute favorite is House of Q. And the House of Q wins a bunch of awards for theirs. Out of Canada.
We use it as an ingredient in lots of things.
Slow Smoke Gold is the product. House of Q, Slow Smoked Gold. Love it. And Sunny was talking about Brussels sprouts and how she likes to make them. And I'm like, barbecue mustard sauce, right? Like, take some of that and do your Brussels in a little bit of bacon, a little bit of onion. Use some of the barbecue sauce.
And when you do that mustard sauce and you've got the bacon grease in there, it almost becomes like a dressing on the Brussels sprouts.
Right. Take some of that barbecue mustard sauce and with a little bacon drippings and use it as a dressing on like a spinach and strawberry salad with some grilled chicken.
Oh, yeah, it'd be killer on a strawberry salad.
So, use it as an ingredient. To reach out and get some mustard sauce for 4th of July.
Well, that is really cool. And that is a great point. And I'm glad you picked those, especially with the Brussels, because now I'm going to take some of the Blues Hog that I got sitting in my cabinet and probably mix that into my finishing on those suckers. So we're going to talk now about grilling fruit. And, we were just talking about we're headed into 4th of July. We've got some healthy options going on. We want to do everything outside. Nobody wants to fire up their stove or their oven. So you had some cool recipes. I'm not even going to tease one of them yet because I've seen them. But talk about that.
Well, I never thought of grilling fruit. And one of these recipes comes from Richard McPeak. He's one of the very first American Royal world champions, multiple. He's an icon here in Kansas City. And
Rib Stars was a staple here, and he helped so many people with ideas, moving a product forward, because he was one of the first guys to ever have a rub out.
Right.
Before you had co-packers and things, he had started to work on that, and always an open book to talk about that stuff. He helped me get some of my classes that I was teaching in the Culinary Center. 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah, he helped us. He helped us with Yardbird and some of our rubs. But so I'm going to save that one for last. One of the grilled fruits that we would like to do at barbecue contests on a Friday night when you're just kind of grilling for yourselves is to take pineapple rings. It can be a fresh pineapple that you cut up right there. It can be just out of a can, whatever, and dredge that on both sides with like brown turbinado sugar.
Yeah.
And the turbinado sugar is going to have, or sugar in the raw, is going to hold up to the heat better than a simple brown sugar or a table sugar. And then grill that and flip it on both sides. You're caramelizing that sugar. You're breaking down the pineapple, and it's a great dessert. Use it with maybe some ice cream if you want, or just eat it like that.
And if you throw a little chipotle powder in when you do it, you get a nice little bit of back end heat with it too.
Yeah. Or, take that and make a little salsa with it or something. And so then the other one I like to do is grilled peaches, and those are in season right now in Missouri. And so just cut them in half, grill them like face side down, and at the end, put them on a plate, put some pecans on there, maybe candied pecans or just regular pecans, and a little maple glaze. That's a really good one.
I got a twist for you on that, by the way,
give it
I
out.
know you're going to want to try.
All right.
I like to put the cast iron skillet on the pit.
Yep.
And take my halved peaches, and then I put butter and brown sugar in the skillet and let that melt. Then I put the peaches in, skin side down first, and let that skin get a little color.
Yep.
And when I
Soften
flip
up
them,
a little bit. Yep.
I add amaretto. And I just let that thing reduce until the brown sugar and butter and amaretto are now just a sauce, and you pull those peaches out.
And then
ice
sauce
cream,
them.
and then that sauce goes right over the top, and it is insanely good.
Okay, so you're doing that for 4th of July too, right?
I guess
okay,
so.
All right.
Man, the list is
You
getting
just said,
longer
I know.
here.
All right, so here's the one that Richard gave me years ago, and I've done this a few times. I'd never liked pears. I've never liked pears. And then I saw him do grilled pears, cut them in half, face down, and then flip them back over and finish them with some gorgonzola cheese where the pit would be, and just put some gorgonzola cheese on there. Let that melt down a little bit. And then on the plate, drizzle it with a little bit of honey. Not a lot, just a little drizzle. And that tangy gorgonzola cheese with the pear, like get a good Bartlett pear. It's really
the
insanely
texture
good.
of the pear is nice coming off the grill.
Yeah.
It doesn't break down so much that it falls apart and gets mushy in
Right.
your mouth.
It maintains its structure, but that warm grilled pear, the tangy gorgonzola, and just that little hint of sweet, really, really good.
That's awesome. Well, we want to thank Sunny Moody again for being on the show. Follow her on social media at @SunnyLynn_GrilledFit on Instagram. Go to @GrilledFit on TikTok, and it's simply Sunny Lynn on Facebook. And don't forget to head on over to atbbq.com and pick up our sauce of the month, Smoke on Wheels Casey Bootleg. Thank you all for joining us. For T-Bone, Todd, and myself, thanks for tuning in, and we will keep the pits lit till next time here on Barbecue Radio Network.
Radio Network show is archived and available through your favorite podcast platform each and every Thursday.
I will not pass gas in my house. I will not pass gas near my spouse. I will not pass gas in your face, because the gas I pass is worse than mace. A silent but deadly cloud of toxic waste. The end. Secondhand smoke contains hydrogen cyanide and other lethal gases. Don't pass gas, take it outside. Get the facts at don'tpassgas.org. A message from the American
Legacy Foundation and the Ad Council. Don't you wish your life came with a
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Throwback.
I remember. Yes.
This This is two-time World Barbecue Champion and host of Barbecue Radio Network, Andy Groneman, and I want to invite you to listen to America's #1 barbecue radio show with myself and my co-host, four-time World Barbecue Champion, Todd Johns.
That's right, Andy. Barbecue Radio Network leads the way with Barbecue Hall of Fame guests as well as other world champions dedicated to raising the game for backyard grillers and smokers everywhere.
Barbecue Radio Network gets cooking at 10:30 Sunday mornings on this MyTown Media station.
Winter heating bills constrain family budgets. The Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or LEAP, helps eligible households pay part of their home energy costs with a one-time per year benefit. Midwest Energy and Kansas DCF are hosting LEAP sign-up events Tuesday, January 30th in Hayes from 10 to 2 at the Hayes Public Library and in Colby on Wednesday, January 31st from 10 to 2 at the Colby Event Center. Lunch will be served and you can sign up on site for LEAP. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
The 49th annual Better Home and Living Show is almost here and it's filling up quick. This is a two-day show March 16th from 10 to 6 and March 17th from noon to 5 at the Finney County Fairgrounds in Garden City. This show welcomes all vendors who need mass exposure for their products. Booth investment includes table, chairs, electricity, and Wi-Fi if needed. The show attracts 3,000 to 4,000 people, so reserve your booth today. It's the 49th annual Better Home and Living Show. Contact your sales rep or call Jelaine at 620-640-7240.
Today sunny, the high 53. Tonight clear skies, getting down to a cool 29. Weather this hour is being brought to you by Gove County Medical Center and Blue Stem Medical. When you have choices for a growing family, Gove County Medical Center and Blue Stem Medical want to be your choice for all your OB needs. Go to gcmc.org. Committed to others, always. With My Country 93.5 and KISS 104.7 weather, I'm Chris Olsen. Go Chiefs!
Play with them.